Check out the beautiful view.
So forget everything we just said. We went to the wrong place.
We are lost. You win some, you lose some. Well, it's the best 40 baht I spent today.
This is really not going to plan today.
I won't lie, this is pretty grim. We are now going to give you our top 5 tips for visiting the national park. What's it called? Number 1. What's number 1? We have made it to the highest point in Thailand.
This is Doi Inthanon National Park.
I wish we could say the road here was super beautiful, but it was mostly motorway, so that wasn't too fun. From the point where the national park starts, it's about a 40-minute drive all the way up to the summit.
And that bit is pretty nice.
It is beautiful, and it does get very cold, so definitely pack a jumper.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd be wearing a jumper midday at any point in Thailand.
No.
But here we are. We're driving a PCX.
It's a Honda, yeah.
Honda PCX. It's about 150cc, and it struggled at times.
Yes.
I think we dropped down at one point to 27 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see the top of the hill that we were going up. And I wasn't sure that we were going to make it, both of us, but we did. You can do it. If you can get something a little bit more powerful, you will do it way more comfortably, but you can do it in a 150cc scooter.
Just don't get a 125 Vario.
I wouldn't do that to yourself. We're about to walk up the steps now to the very summit of the highest point here in Thailand.
Check out the beautiful view.
Yeah, I do wish that there were less clouds and a bit more of a clearing to see through.
Yes.
Because maybe there's a different point.
I think
There's something over there.
there's a trail over there, but I think these weird flies are everywhere. I think if you were to come earlier in the morning, you might not get as many clouds, so definitely keep that in mind. It's probably about 12:30 right now. So yeah, we probably should have come a little bit earlier, and maybe you won't get as many clouds, but I mean, it's still beautiful, and you're surrounded by nature, which is amazing.
Yeah, and it's a unique thing in Thailand, being the highest point. And I don't know, there's a couple of walking trails. I think one of them looks like it goes uphill. Maybe that's a different summit. We're going to go explore the national park and just show you a few places around here. So forget everything we just said. We went to the wrong place. We need to go to the pagoda, and that looks like it's here.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it really is. We're just walking down these steps now towards the pagoda. I don't know how far it is, but we'll tell you a couple of little important facts about the national park while we're doing it. It was 300 baht per person to get in, and then we had to pay 20 baht for the bike, so that was 620 baht in total. Which is about
13, 14 pounds.
Yeah, about less than 15 pounds, which isn't so bad. It's a really big national park. I asked the guy what sort of things that we should be doing here. There was a map that showed you some of the important routes that are around here, like waterfalls and things like that you can see. And he said it takes 2 days to see everything. So we're not doing that. But there's hiking trails, there's waterfalls, and obviously the main part, which is right at the end, which is where we started, is the highest point in Thailand. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
The views on the pictures that we've seen
Looks so good.
look amazing. It's clearing up a bit now. There's some blue skies. I'm hoping that the cloud that is still here doesn't obscure our view too much.
Oh, that sun is nice because it is cold up here. We are lost.
Not like dangerously.
The signposts don't make sense.
So,
they don't lead you anywhere.
We just walked around and we've somehow ended up
Back where we started.
back exactly where we started, back at our bike.
Not at the pagoda.
Yeah, I don't know if we've missed a turn. We're going to try and figure this out.
Okay, we've realised that this is the highest spot, and that's pretty much the main thing that's up here. There's a really nice short nature trail that we just did, but to go to the pagoda, it looks like it's a little bit further down the hill. So we're going to make our way there now, and hopefully there'll still be a view because the clouds are setting in.
Okay, we've found the spot that we've been looking for, which is the Grand Pagoda. And it's actually 100 baht per person more to come and see this. I don't really like it when at national parks and places like that, you pay to get in, and then for extra things, you keep on having to pay more. So this is the last thing that we will pay for, hopefully. So that takes the total now up to 400 per person, and then 20 for the bike. So that's 820 baht, which is probably around 17 pounds, nearly 20 pounds. A few more steps to go and we'll be at the top of this.
So inside the pagoda are some really beautiful sculptures and relics, and on the other side where we are, there's just this really beautiful garden with a bridge and some water, like a little mini lake, which is really nice. And yeah, the views are obstructed by the clouds a little bit, but the forest and the nature here is so beautiful.
It's really peaceful. So nice. We've got some great gardeners here. Very well kept.
So we're standing where we should be looking at the most beautiful view, and apparently you can see Chiang Mai from here.
That'd be so
and it's
cool.
really beautiful. And this is what we can see. As lovely as the fog is, I would love to see a little bit more, but
you win some, you lose some.
you win some, you lose some. So we're going to carry on exploring around the pagoda, and then in a little while we're going to go and head on one of the nature walks.
We're starting to get a little slight bit of drizzle now. I'm kind of low-key hoping it just batters it down for like 10-15 minutes and then the sky just clears up. There's a little shelter spot over here, so we're gonna go there, maybe see if there's a little snack or get a coffee, and wait for a few minutes to see what happens with this light rain.
Good news, we found popcorn and it was only 40 baht.
Best 40 baht we've ever spent.
Well, it's the best 40 baht I've spent today.
Okay,
I
yeah.
can guarantee that.
So those shuttle buses run from a little parking area, a really short drive down to the Grand Pagoda. It is free. We didn't know about it on the way down, so we walked down, but popcorn and a free ride back up is definitely the way to go.
So there's a bunch of nature walks that you can do here, and we've just been choosing between a few that the guy at the front desk recommended, and there's one that's basically gives you a really beautiful view, and it's like a hike to a really nice trail and viewpoint, and we decided to skip that one because I guess the clouds aren't really on our side. So instead we found a different one, and this one has a really beautiful waterfall, so we're definitely going to go and check that one out. It's further down the hill towards the main entrance, so we're going to head there now.
This is really not going to plan today. This is the second time that we've had to stop in the space of about 10 minutes. We got pretty wet, managed to shield our bag to keep all our electronics safe. It stopped, we set off, and it started again. Hopefully it just gets it out its system and we can crack on. That's how it's supposed to rain in Thailand.
I won't lie, this is pretty grim. We are pretty drenched. It's quite cold up here in the mountains, and yeah, we're thinking we're probably going to get ill from this trip. We're really hoping we can do the nature walk, but the weather doesn't seem to be easing up at all. So if you are going to visit this national park, definitely make sure the weather is forecast, clear skies, sunshine, not a raindrop in sight.
It has stopped raining now, but I think we're too wet to do the walk. We don't want to get sick. It's like a 2-hour drive back to Chiang Mai now. Obviously once we get back to the lower levels it will be warmer, which will be nice, but I think we're too wet now to do the walk and go see the waterfall, and we just don't know if it might start raining again, so we're going to start making our way at least that way as much as possible. And hopefully that's it for the rain now. We did not prepare for this very well. We didn't bring raincoats. So learn from our mistakes. Don't be like us and be better prepared. And obviously the icing on the cake that is the epic fail that today has been is the fact that we've got to the entrance of the national park and it's clear blue skies.
Of course, of course.
Not a rain cloud in sight. It's now too late in the day for us to go back and see the nature trail. This has been one of the...
This has probably been our worst day in a while because like so many things went wrong.
Yeah,
like,
so let's just trace.
I'm not taking away from the fact that this national park is not beautiful. It really is.
It is. It's so nice.
If we could have seen it.
So let's just take it all back to what has gone wrong today. We got to the summit, which wasn't where we wanted to actually.
Well, it was actually gonna spin that one around because it was really cool to be at the north, like the highest point.
It was really cool to be, and I would have liked to have gone there anyway, but we couldn't find the place that we wanted to go. We kept on going around in circles. We got lost for a little while.
We were there for like an hour unnecessarily.
Yeah, and then we found the place that we wanted to go.
The Grand Pagoda.
The Grand Pagoda. We walked down there when we could have got in a tuk-tuk cart thing. We unexpectedly paid an extra 200 baht.
Yeah.
And when we got up there, all the views were gone. The clouds had kind of really set down on the mountain.
The gardens were beautiful, but...
The gardens were beautiful. You had to wear one of the sarongs that they gave you because you left your sarong in the bike.
I forgot my sarong in the bike.
And then...
It just rained hard.
Yeah. And
hard.
And then it rained a lot.
Yeah.
So... yeah, it hasn't been the most successful travel day that we've had in a while.
No.
We're at least a bit warmer now.
We're a bit warmer now. We can actually take our jumpers off because they are soaked. So that you can avoid an epic fail of a day like we have, we're going to give you our top 5 tips for visiting Doi Inthanon National Park. Number 1.
Make sure to bring a raincoat. If you've learned anything from our mistakes today, we could have avoided so much of it by just bringing raincoats. We could have carried on, but no, we forgot because we're stupid.
Yeah, and we're now, like, all our clothes are pretty wet and it's quite cold up there, so we don't want to get poorly.
Yeah, hopefully we've avoided that. Yeah. And now that it's blue skies, we'll dry off on the way home.
Yeah. Number 2, if you're not comfortable hiring a bike from Chiang Mai, or even if you're staying near here, we would recommend either hiring a car and driving because you'll be way more comfortable, especially on the motorway, or booking onto a tour because there's lots of tour buses here and they'll basically drive you right up to the top and there's different stops all the way down. Number 3.
Come join dry season. Although it is dry season for us right now, it's only just in the last couple of days entered dry season.
Yeah.
So if you was to give it a couple of weeks, just make sure that you come and join the height of the season to avoid any of that rain.
Also make sure to check the weather app because in the north the weather can be unpredictable.
Yeah.
Number 4, get here early. You probably have the highest chance of seeing the views when there's no clouds, and usually that means quite early in the morning. So if you got here for when the national park opened, you probably see more views than what we saw today. You can also squeeze way more into your day that way as well.
Number 5, plan everything out to a T. So already know the routes that you want to take, the different nature trails, whether you want to see the hot springs or the waterfall.
Yeah.
Plan it all out, start at the furthest one and work your way back, and that way you'll just be able to fit in as much as possible. Even if you're staying here for a couple of days, still just plan it out and you've got the best chance of everything running smoothly.
Yeah. We are sorry this was such an epic fail of a vlog. If this is the first time that you're watching our vlogs, we promise they usually go way better.
They're usually really successful. We've been really lucky recently, and when you travel full-time like us, this happens.
You're bound to have a fail.
Yeah, it happens, it's unavoidable, and this is it for us. But we've still got so much more to do and see in Thailand, so make sure to come along with us on our adventures.
See you next time.